Hello, this is the screencast for Caesar, Book 6, Section 16. In this section, Caesar discusses the Gauls' religious practices, specifically their sacrificial practices, and he talks a little bit about how they actually sacrifice their own people. So let's get into the Latin. So we begin here. With omnis, the entire nation of the Gauls is very much dedicated to religious rites or religion. And on account of this reason, those who are affected by rather serious illnesses and those who um, those who are engaged in battles and dangers. So those people, and this homines is referring back to those people before, like the ones that commit crimes and theft and all that kind of stuff. So out either they and this is referring to the Gauls. So either they, the Gauls, sacrifice people and people previously mentioned for sacrificial animals, or they vow that they will sacrifice themselves, um, and they use druids as administrators to these sacrifices because Nisi, unless a life of a man, and then you could say should be given for the life of a man. A little tricky there. You have lots of the same words. They're thinking that the power of the immortal gods cannot be placated, and publicly they have instituted sacrifices of the same type. Um, so we start here with Ali. So others have statues of the greatest size. Sorry, give me one sec. Okay. Others have statues of the greatest size, these statues, whose limbs, um, whose limbs, woven with wicker, um, they fill with living men. Um, a little whack, but who are we to judge the Gauls' religious practices? Um, so um, with these things, with these, this is referring back to these statues. So with these statues, having been juiced or sapped up, or basically preparing them to be lit on fire. So with with these statues having been sapped, um, uh, uh, the people surrounded by flames are killed by flames. So again, a little weird, but these were the Gauls' religious practices. So yeah. So last section here, Supplica Eorum, the punishments of those who um, uh, either have been arrested for robbery, or Last section here, we have the supplicae, or the punishments of those who have been arrested in robbery, or either in robbery or in theft or in some other crime. They are thought to be more pleasing for or to probably two, yeah. They're thought to be more pleasing to the immortal gods. But when the supply of this kind fails, the supplica, the punishments also descend to the innocent. So when they are all out of criminals, the innocent are next in line to be put into the wicker statues. So that about wraps it up for Caesar Book 6, Section 16. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Gauls' sacrificial practices. And yeah, that's it. Bye, Mike Style.